Y'all, I was just texting one of my friends on Instagram. I'm gonna just get straight to the point, and he was just saying like, oh, I posted that I was at a church. He was like, "What church is that?" I'm like, "I'm in Tennessee. I moved." He was like, "I want to move. I want to move out of town. Can you help me? Like, what's can you get me through the process of how to move out of town?" I told him, God told me to move. God definitely told me to move, y'all. Um, God told me to move. So this is me telling y'all to move. If you're in a situation right now where it's just getting worse and worse and worse and you uncomfortable, it's time for you to move. It's time for you to move. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to me. I felt like Job. I felt like Job, seriously. I felt like Job. I was supposed to move in this house in Cleveland. I was living in Cleveland, Ohio. I was supposed to move in this house. I was rushing it. The day I was going to move in, it was all dirty. The house wasn't dirty. It was just a mess. Okay. Okay. And that same week, my mom was like, "The house next door to me ready. If you want somewhere to move, if you want to move out here, She was like, "The people next door to me just moved. If you ready to come out here, right?" So I'm all like, "No, I'm gonna stay in Cleveland because De'Ara daddy here in Cleveland, and I don't want to feel like I'm keeping her away from him." And this was a time where De'Ara dad was not like he was not being a good dad. If I can be honest, like he was not being a good dad at all. But I don't know. He wasn't being a good dad. But keep listen to the story. It's a good story, I promise. So if you still here, thank you. But that whole week where I was making a decision, like if I was just gonna stay in that nasty house or if I was just gonna move to Tennessee. When I say at the beginning of that week, my granddad got admitted into the hospital. He had got a kidney transplant, and his kidney started. Something was going on with his kidney, right? That was the first. That was the first day of that week. We get to the third day of that week. My baby daddy ended up getting shot 28 times. Bullet hit him 9 times. It's the third day of that week. 2 days after that, my brother ended up getting shot. He had a broken arm. That same day my brother got shot, my grandmother got in a car accident. But it wasn't like a real bad car accident. But it was right up the street from where my brother got shot at. And by the end of that week, by the end of this week, I'm just like, man, I don't even got no money to move to Tennessee. Like, I don't have the money. But God was making it so uncomfortable for me to say, yes, I'm going to stay in Cleveland. He made it so uncomfortable for me to say yes, to stay in Cleveland. From the house that was messed up, from everything that happened in that one week, I'm like, by the end of that week, I'm like, no, I got to go. I can't stay here. I ain't going to be able to raise my daughter here. So God made me uncomfortable so that I ain't have no choice but to move to Tennessee. But this the kicker. This the good part. God is so good. God is so good. You know that if it's in his will, it's his bill. God is so good, y'all. I ended up getting my money back from that house that I was gonna live in. I got my money back from that house. And then the next day after I made the decision that I was gonna move to Tennessee, I was in school at that time. School give you a check, like $1,800. And the check came in the mail, too. The day after this. The day after, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to go to Tennessee. I didn't know how I was going to get here. I had $40 to my name. It cost $60 to get here. The move in this house that I'm in today was $1,800. So when I got my money back from that house, that was $1,800. When I got that check in the mail the next day, that was $1,800. And I'm like, you know what? I got on the road. When I got that check, I got on the road and I flew my butt here. I told that lady I was ready for my keys on June 3rd. So June 2nd, I drove down here to move in this house that I'm in today. And if you've been following me, and just know that God been paying my bills since I've been living here. So I know it's destined for me to live here because God told me to come here. I still don't know why he got me in Tennessee, but this is where I'm at. This is where I am. I'm happy. Like, and I love it here. It's so peaceful. But I just say all this to say that if you're in a situation right now and you feel deep down in your heart that it's time for you to move and everything just keep falling apart and just getting so uncomfortable for you, it's time for you to move. It is time for you to move. That is God saying to you, the time here is up. That season of you going through stuff and just waking up every day and something going wrong, it's that time is up for that season. It's time for you to move. Whether it's move out that house, move away from that man, move out that relationship, move out of that state. It's time for you to move. It's time for you to be in the next chapter in your life. And God gonna keep continuing to make it an uncomfortable situation until you put on your big girl panties or put on your big boy drawers and be obedient and move when he say move. Because one thing I know about God, that he always wants what's best for you. So whatever you leaving behind is nothing compared to what's ahead. Romans 8:18. Whatever you're going through now is nothing compared to what you're going to have in the future, okay? So with that being said, just move. God is telling you to get your butt up and move, okay? I hope this video helped. I wasn't even going to even make this video until I was texting a guy on Instagram. And he had me realize, like, wow, maybe a lot of people need to know this. Like, if God telling you to get your butt up and move, you get your butt up and move, okay? He wants what's best for you. So you should want what's best for yourself and be obedient to God, okay? God loves y'all. I hope this video helped. And pack your bags and go wherever God telling you to go.